Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is July 9th, and right now we're looking at the visible satellite imagery here. You can see that marine layer is actually pushed into much of the coastal region here, all the way up the Bay Area, North Coast as well, up into Southwest Oregon, but you don't have to go too far inland for it to get very warm, and that's the main story here. Of course, over the last few days, we're going to take a look and just see how warm some places have gotten, and we'll take a look at what is coming here. Looks like we might start to sneak some monsoon moisture back into some of the desert areas here as well. So we'll dive into those details as we go through the video here today. We'll check out the fire danger as well, starting right now. And this is a new one up across Northern California, already up over 6,000 acres. The Shelley fire actually had some evacuation warnings with that fire yesterday evening. Now, taking a look at July 6th, for example, Northwest California, potentially the hottest day ever across Northwest California here. You can see that a lot of places on this day hit their all-time highest temperature ever. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stations did that, and a lot of them hit the second warmest day ever there also. And you can see the previous and then the current all-time high on the right here, and then the year of the all-time high. But just an exceptional heat wave here across the state of California, Northwest California especially. And there's some other places that have been setting records as well. We're going to look at that here in a moment. But we have this updated here from the Bay Area, and this is showing that the interior areas, of course, are under the excessive heat warning. It's not too bad along the immediate coastline, of course, but once you start getting inland here, it gets pretty warm. This goes all the way out through 8 p.m. Friday. And this is for today, Tuesday. Sacramento National Weather Service here. You can see we're dealing with, this is not quite as warm as we had been, but still quite warm out there. Sacramento down to a relatively mild 98 after some of the temperatures that you guys had been dealing with in Sacramento. Some of those temperatures up to 113 degrees there. You can see Modesto and Merced at 105 checking in. And this is the fire danger here. The moderate risk is in the tan colors here. Once you get to the orange, that is high risk triggers here. And if you click on the H here, that is because of hot and dry conditions. The low risk there you can see in yellow, and then green, little or no risk. Taking a look at July 6th here for some of the areas, look at Redding, 119 degrees, the all-time record high. Red Bluff, 118. The previous record was 111. That is just an exceptional record there. When you're beating high records by that much, that is an exceptional heat wave. And it's the same thing with Sacramento Executive. Broke it by 6 degrees. Sacramento Downtown broke their daily record by 8 degrees. That is an amazing feat. Stockton by 7 degrees. Modesto by 4, which is still a huge feat in and of itself. Now, taking a look at Hanford here, you can see we've been setting record highs down there as well. This is, you can see Merced broke theirs. Bakersfield tied it at 114, and yesterday Hanford 112, tied the record back from 1905. So if we take a look here at places across some of Southern California, you can see Palm Springs, 122, just smashed that old record set back in 1958. Records have been kept since 1893, as you can see. And this is for yesterday. Big Bear set its new record, 92, Idlewild. And you can see Indio there, tied its record. Borrego Springs, 121, just demolished its record set back in 1958 also. And we're going to be up around 120 for Palm Springs, and many areas still very warm here, especially across the deserts we go through today. This is for Wednesday, Palm Springs, I got 120 and then 119 on Thursday. Now again, if you want to get out and beat the heat, get towards the coastline here, but that's not always an option there for many people. So if you're out there working construction or whatnot, or even driving a truck out in some of these areas, take caution. This is Sacramento, pointing in the long duration heat, mainly through Friday coming up here, but it has cooled down a bit, but still quite warm, and especially the duration of this heat wave is definitely going to have an effect on people. This is Las Vegas National Weather Service. Death Valley, 128 by Sunday, down to a nice comfortable 120 degrees. Make sure to bring a jacket if you're headed out there. You can see Barstow Daggett, look at 109 by Sunday. Las Vegas dropping back down to 109. And just a reminder, the previous all-time record high for Las Vegas International Airport was 117, perhaps beating that multiple days. As you know, a couple days ago, we hit 120 degrees, smashing that record, and we could eclipse that old all-time high record here again Wednesday and Thursday. So looking at Phoenix, we're probably gonna beat records here again today and tomorrow, and then we have outside chances at tying them, maybe the 11th and the 12th there coming up here, but just exceptionally hot temperatures. I mean, when Phoenix is breaking its all-time daily record high, it's a big deal. And you can see that 1958 heat wave showing up in the records there as well. That was a pretty exceptional one back in the day. So taking a look at the North American Mall, I just want to kind of point out the winds here. As we go through the afternoon hours, you can see them pick up and kind of become more blustery across some of the higher terrain there out of the west. And we're getting these strong winds still down the coastline here, so mariners waters, kind of beware for that, and some swell and maybe some rip currents along the coastal areas here. Also, if you're out there swimming, trying to escape this heat from the interior areas. But yeah, as we scroll on into Thursday, you can see some of the winds really picking up there across Northern California also. So taking a look at the European model, this is 18,000 feet or 500 millibars, the Hawaiian Islands, or the bottom left. There is our ridge here dominating the weather here. The ridge axis moves all the way up into Canada. And as we move that along here, and if we go through the week, you can see that ridge just very ever so slowly move off to the eastern, and you get this clockwise rotation around the ridge, and eventually it's going to shift a little bit further to the east, and it's going to allow some of that monsoon moisture to move back up into the region. As you see here, that ridge axis moving over the Four Corners and some of western Colorado. Now this is looking at precipitable water, so if I put this into motion, you can see how abnormally dry things are here across much of the region. But as we scroll on in through Thursday, Friday, and then eventually the weekend coming up here, this is Sunday, and you can start to see some of this moisture return back over the area. How much of this thunderstorm activity will get into California and Nevada? Still good questions, but there are thunderstorm chances across the Sierra Nevada as we go towards this weekend as well. And then we head off into the early portion of next week, and you can see the return of potentially that monsoon moisture. Again, we'll be watching that day by day. This is the composite reflectivity. Since we did have some thunderstorms across the Sierra Nevada yesterday, I just want to kind of scroll through this, and you can see a couple showers are popping off across central Nevada and maybe some activity here across Arizona, New Mexico. Then we scroll on in through Wednesday. Here comes Wednesday afternoon, and we're not looking at thunderstorm activity here across the Sierra Nevada today or tomorrow afternoon. And 6 to 10 day, I believe this is the same as I showed last night. Oh, and by the way, I did the correction because Reno did not hit 108. It did not tie its all-time record high, and I said that during yesterday's video. So I believe I put that in the comments and pinned it there also, but heads up for that. And you can see the 6 to 10 day does show the return of some of that monsoon moisture here across the southwest as we go on into the mid portion of July. So good news on that front. But anyway, I am out in Ritzville, Washington. If you're wondering why you see the hotel, I'm in a hotel room here. I'm out here chasing dust devils across eastern Washington. Very hot. I'm hoping the smoke from some fires up here in Washington state aren't going to play havoc with the dust devils here. But anyway, yep, I'll be out there doing that today. I should be home tomorrow for my normal briefing. Back to work tomorrow than I do, but I should be back home. So everything should be getting back to normal here coming up. So anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. Click like and subscribe. If you click that subscribe button, it is free to do so, and it helps me get the word out to everybody here across the Southwest USA so we can get them all this weather information in a timely manner. Otherwise, click like and subscribe. We'll do this all again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.